Jocko lays out the hidden mechanics of leadership failure across all walks of life, what happens when ego infects your chain of command, and why the military, the government, and corporate America are all suffering from the same disease, cowardice disguised as virtue. If you want to understand why our systems are collapsing and how to make yourself strong enough to survive what's coming, this is the episode to watch. Does watching what's going on in Russia and or Israel, Palestine, does that trigger your strategic mind at all?
Oh yeah, I definitely think about things strategically. And, for Russia, as strong and as mighty as Russia is, guess how strong and mighty America was in Afghanistan. Guess how strong and mighty America was in Vietnam. Guess how strong America and mighty was in Iraq. That strength and that might doesn't really mean anything in a test of wills. And Ukraine is fighting for the ground that they live on. They're going to fight to the death. And you're going to get into, I think the worst case scenario is that this ends up in like a guerrilla warfare. The worst case scenario, that means if Ukraine gets annihilated by conventional type force, they're going to end up with a guerrilla force that's going to be picking away at Russia for the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, until Russia says, okay, you can have your freaking houses back. Now, I can predict that right now, but it has to play out. We still have to play the game. You still have to play the game to find out what the outcome is. Because on paper, on paper, everyone thought Russia was going to roll into Kyiv in 2 days. And they got right to the outskirts. But that didn't take into the calculus the human will, and the fact that this is where we live.